Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. This week we'll relive selected races from Saturday, August 14. 9 races were listed on the program, including the hotly contested feature event, the Blue Menthol Trophy. The day saw joint champion jockey and leading rider Anthony Thomas continue his relentless march towards another jockey's title with 4 wins, while Robert Hardball Halladine along with trainer Patrick Lynch secured 2 victories apiece on the day. Let's begin with race 1, a claiming event for horses 3-year-old and upwards, going 1500 meters. Horse number 6, Muscatoon, was a late non-starter.
Field in line for the first. 7.5 furlongs thereof. First start, Summer Sun had problems and is left at the back, wobbling at the moment as they go flashing past the 7. Diligent grabs an early lead. Smarty Tradition moves to within ahead. Just in behind them, Killer B in the red with the blue. Summer Sun now making amends from the poor start and beginning to gain on those leaders. Ride with the Mob follows them as they leave the 6. Golden Emperor 2 lengths in behind Ride with the Mob, who now begins to hunt up on the outside. And last of all, it's Whatever and Samantha Fletcher. Down the back stretch they go. They arrive at the 5, and the war up front now goes on. Diligent just the leader and opening up a length. Summer Sun has moved down into second. Smarty Tradition and Ride with the Mob, they race together as they're about to arrive at the half mile. Killer B now begins to pick up, needing to find 5 lengths to get to the leader. Golden Emperor hopeless at the moment and Forget Whatever. They've left the 7/16th. They're about to arrive at the 3, and it is Diligent continuing to hold the advantage, but Summer Sun pressing home the attack on the outside, and they're eye to eye as they arrive at the 5/16. Smarty Tradition now asked to close up on the outside. Killer B takes the shortest route on the rail. Ride with the Mob has a lot to do. Forget the rest at the moment as Summer Sun now points over the grey Diligent. It is Summer Sun out in front. Philip Parchment pushing him out as they are about to arrive at the final furlong. Summer Sun with that lead. Diligent left a length back. Killer B on the rail now, beginning to make some ground. Smarty Tradition running on the spot, but it is Summer Sun coming away under Philip Parchment inside the final 16th. It's all Summer Sun. If you have tickets on Summer Sun, line up at the windows to cash them. Summer Sun by maybe 6 over Diligent. Close. Could be Killer B over Smarty Tradition, then Ride with the Mob 5th.
The Johnny Wilmot trained importee Summer Sun romped home by 8 lengths ahead of Diligent, who finished in second. Third went to Killer B, followed by Smarty Tradition and Ride with the Mob. Race 2 included 3 entries from trainer Patrick Lynch. 8 faced the starter going 1400 meters.
They're off and racing. You can dance, the last to leave the gate, but marginally though. Balagree shows speed, and Balagree has that lead. The Inevitable on his outside. That is on the inside, Donald Mighty. Donald Mighty assumes second. The Inevitable is third. Then comes Inspired Miracle in 4th. Yet again is 5th, passing the 5. Then comes You Can Dance, recovering 3 lengths away. Divine Lexi and racing at the back, Kunimud. Passing the 4 furlong point, Balagree marginally, maybe a half a length from the Inevitable. Coming around on the outside, right on the outside, that yet again is now in 3rd. Inspired Miracle, they're bunching up these 4 lengths away before we come to Donald Mighty. Behind Donald Mighty, 2 lengths away, that's He Can Dance, and behind He Can Dance, Inspired Miracle, and left out of it is Kunuma. They're at the top of the lane, 2 furlongs to the money, and now yet again assumes the lead. It's yet again in front. Inspired Miracle right on the rail. These 2 are fighting yet again. Inspired Miracle at the furlong pole, margin of the leader. Balagree coming once again. Inspired Miracle in front of Balagree, but on the inside, that's yet again it is Inspired Miracle in front. Inspired Miracle win from yet again Balagree and the Inevitable.
Victory to Inspired Miracle with Robert Hardball Halladine aboard. A 1-2-3 finish for trainer Patrick Lynch. So yet again finishing second with Balagree in 3rd. Race 3 saw the first of Anthony Thomas's victories as 8 thoroughbreds raced 800 meters or 4 furlongs straight.
He's ready. Ready for a start. They're off and racing. Special prosecutor has gotten rid of the rider, so we have one running loose, special prosecutor. On that lead, that is Mark of a Prince. Mark of a Prince in the middle of the track in front of Ballon d'Or on the far side. Also on the far side, that's Secret Law. Darting across on the outside rail, that's Belligerent King. Mark of a Prince looks to be in control from a Secret Law, maybe running second. Mark of a Prince in front, and a Mark of a Prince. This one is over. Mark of a Prince in front, looking good from here. Mark of a Prince. Secret Law will be second. Mark of a Prince holding on from Secret Law. Running out of real estate though. Mark of a Prince beats Secret Law. Then comes Ballon d'Or and Synchronized.
Never mind the fast-finishing Secret Law, the unbothered Mark of a Prince, with leading rider Anthony Thomas, delivered victory for champion trainer Anthony Nunes. Race 4 saw jockey Anthony Thomas teaming up with female trainer Kibisha Little to hunt his second win of the day. This one was a restricted allowance event, going 1,000 meters, equivalent to 5 furlongs straight.
They're off. Corazon Sin Miedo starts ahead of Star Lee. Matriarch on the far side beginning to tack across. Nearest to us in the green, that's Manso Muso. Rid Him Up is also running fast in the center. Free Addy not too far away along with It's All I. So an interesting race setting up as they make their way toward the final three. A Free Addy, Rid Him Up, It's All I, Manso Muser, they're in the front rank. Corazon Sin Miedo now shaken and beginning to make ground as they're about to arrive inside the last quarter. And they're there now. Corazon Sin Miedo gets going. Anthony Thomas changing his hold. Right alongside him, that's Free Addy sandwiched in between horses. It's All I begins to swerve to the left, now straightened out. Rid Him Up just in behind them. And under the stand fence, it's Manso Muser. They have a furlong to run. Corazon Sin Miedo with that lead. Free Addy taken toward the far side. But it is Corazon Sin Miedo and Awesome Anthony Thomas who hold the advantage and will hold it to the line. Corazon Sin Miedo gives Thomas his second. They win by maybe 4. Close between Manso Muser, Free Addy, Rid Him Up.
Corazon Sin Miedo brought through the gates by leading rider Anthony Thomas, delivered the victory for female trainer Kibisha Little. Second went to Mansur Musur, with Rid Him Up and Free Addy rounding off the top 4. Race 5 was another 3-year-old and up claiming contest. Horse number 6, Anaso, was a late non-starter.
They're off. First start, Sudden Flight came off jinking to the left but now straightens out. Lord Ashton is more toward the center. Racing pretty quickly at this stage too. That's a Nuclear Thunder with Dane Nelson aboard as they make their way toward the final 3. Nuclear Thunder in the center, traveling strongly near the stand fence. That's Princess Emmanuel. Casual Affair is the one almost brushing it. XY Soul in behind them as they sort themselves out on the run toward the quarter. On the far side, a Nuclear Thunder matches strides with a Contractor. Commissioner just in behind them. The group nearest to us, Casual Affair, Princess Emmanuel are there. And Princess Emmanuel under the stand fence toward the far side coming across. That is Contractor. And Contractor may just have the overall lead. On the run toward the final 16th, it's Contractor. Princess Emmanuel trying to run him down. But Contractor is running like the proverbial scared hare and will score for Christopher Mamdine by 4 or more. Over Princess Emmanuel, then Casual Affair. Could be Lord Ashton in behind them ahead of Sudden Flight.
A 4-length victory by Contractor ridden by Christopher Mamdine handed trainer Patrick Lynch his second win on the day. Princess Emmanuel came home second, followed by Casual Affair, Sudden Flight and Lord Ashton. Already with 2 victories on the day, race 6 saw the sizzling Anthony Thomas heavily fancied aboard horse number 1 Elitis. Here's the action as 10 thoroughbreds raced 1,200 meters.
They're off. Almost perfect start. Elitis gets a good one. Rum With Me and KD Rocket right there. Silent Seeker on the outside. Wildest of all that Speechless. These now all group up. Weekend Jazz rushing up now to try and join those leaders. But they race past the 5 and run to the half mile. And it's Elitis who leads up from Speechless 2 lengths down. Glock has made progress and slips down into 3rd in the black cap. Weekend Jazz right with him on the rail. Rum With Me and Silent Seeker team up in behind there. 5.5 lengths off that lead. 2 lengths back to Cold Pursuit. Another 2 to KD Rocket. A ridden Fury it is toward the back, and a helicopter not yet going as they leave the 3. They're approaching the final 5/16th, and it is Elitist out in front. Anthony Thomas looking for his third win on the card. Can Elitist give it to him? Speechless in between horses. Silent Seeker just out wide, but the grey Elitist is running strong with 3/16 remaining. Rum With Me now beginning to come on the rail in the yellow cap. Silent Seeker now moves down into second, but still it is Elitist inside the final furlong. Silent Seeker now nibbling at the lead and racing out widest of them all. That's Cold Pursuit. It is Elitist from Silent Seeker. Helicopter also running on, but it is Elitist who will get there first. It's close for the minors. Cold Pursuit is near to us. Silent Seeker on the far side. In between them, Helicopter.
Victory number 3 for Awesome Anthony Thomas. This time aboard the Jason DaCosta conditioned Elitist. Ryan Darby's Cold Pursuit melted into second, followed by Silent Seeker, Helicopter and Rum With Me. Race 7 was a big one. A 3-year-old and up overnight allowance event that included some heavy artillery. Gary Subrati's pair of Sentient and Big Daddy, the consistent Roy Rogers, Anthony Nunes's Legality, and Jason DaCosta's Uncle Frank. And the unbeaten makeup artists were also included in a 9-horse field going 1,500 meters.
Field in line and sent off immediately. Uncle Frank slowly out, along with Casual Peach. Rassi Manuel now beginning to recover. Makeup Artist gets a good start, matching strides with Legality, who has a fractional advantage. Rassi Manuel moving down, just third over Roy Rogers on the outside. Casual Peach on their heels as they lead the 6. Big Daddy is racing next, 6.5 off that lead, overtaken by Sentient on the move. Uncle Vinny out wide, Casual Peach fading back. Uncle Frank just the trailer. They've left the 5/8 and run toward the final half of a mile in the event. And it is a Makeup Artist and Legality who continue to match strides. And now Makeup Artist, a teaspoonful of speed put in. Just the leader, Legality, coming once again. These two alternate on it as they make their way flashing past the 7/16th. And Legality now opens 3 parts of a length. Makeup Artist ridden to stay close on the rail as they leave the 3. They're joined now by the grey Roy Rogers. Sentient just in behind them, breathing down their necks. 3.5 lengths back to Uncle Vinny. Rassi Manuel and Big Daddy are next. Then Uncle Frank and Casual Peach a long way last, and out of it into the lane they come. A quarter of a mile to race. Legality in between horses. Roy Rogers on the outside, 3 wide, and Sentient scraping paint down the stretch toward the furlong pole. It's the brave Roy Rogers and Sentient going at it. Legality has faded, and now Sentient has taken charge and slips away by 2 or more. Roy Rogers in hot pursuit, but it looks futile. Sentient is all away from them under Robert Halladine. He has his second win in the car. They win by 5. Roy Rogers is next, ahead of Legality. Uncle Frank. Big Daddy is
Race 7 saw Sentient completing victory by 4.5 lengths for Derby winning trainer Gary Subrati. Robert Halladine's victory aboard Sentient was his second of the day. Race 8 was the feature event, the Blue Menthol Trophy, a 3-year-old and up open allowance stakes event going 1,300 meters. Was this to be Awesome Anthony Thomas's 4th win of the day? He was aboard the Richard Azan Importi Eroy.
Field in line. They're off for the Blue Menthol. Almost perfect start. Rojon the Pilot scoots into an early lead on the run to the 6. Eagle One under a tight wrap races down in second. Father Patrick and Eroy team up. They're near the rail. Duke the Grey on the outside of Drummer Boy and Awesome Treasure at the back of the pack as they charge past the 5. They make their way to the half-mile on the backstretch in the Blue Menthol Trophy, and Father Patrick dictates terms and slips away by almost 2 lengths. Eroy chasing hard in second. Rojon the Pilot is right there on the rail, joined by Eagle One about to overtake. Duke making ground as they go, passing the 7/16th. Awesome Treasure and Drummer Boy share last. 3/8 of a mile to run. They're in the turn. Father Patrick out in front, Eroy testing all the while. Here comes Eagle One and Rojon the Pilot. Duke continues to make eye-catching progress as they come into the lane. It is Eroy and Father Patrick, and now Eroy points and takes the lead from Father Patrick. Rojon the Pilot is racing in between horses along with Eagle One. Duke the Grey now let loose on the outside under the left-hand stick, but Eroy continues to hold the lead inside the final furlong. They've got to catch this Eroy, and he's steadfast at the moment to the 16th to run. Rojon the Pilot trying to run him down. Eroy fighting to hold the lead, and does it. He wins the Blue Menthol. Rojon the Pilot is second. Duke is third. Eagle One is fourth.
Eroy stamped his class on the 7-horse field to win by 1.5 lengths, and hand trainer Richard Azan his first win of the day, and jockey Anthony Thomas his fourth. Rojon de Pilot finished in second, followed by Duke, Eagle One and Drummer Boy. Race 9 was the final event of the day. Here's the race call as 11 sprinted 1,000 meters.
They're off. Lady Pujari gets a great start. Bang Bang didn't, along with Sweet Curlin, as Lady Pujari leads up Diamond in the Sky and a Rocket Lily the Troublemaker now going after the leader as they arrive at the half mile. Diamond in the Sky gets the lead. Rocket Lily is in second. Press Conference now moves down into third, followed by Kataba. Lady Pujari, after showing momentarily, now backing out of it. Overtaken by Bang Bang. Chinese Music is next, then Nakamura and Letters in Gold teaming up. Fault Line is there, and at the back of the field, just Sweet Curlin. The field turned for home. They're at the top of the lane and making their way inside the last quarter, and Diamond in the Sky holds the lead from Rocket Lily. Press Conference needs to do a lot more down against the rail, and Kataba is out wide in fourth. Diamond in the Sky just the leader. Rocket Lily quickening, and Rocket Lily now hits the front from Diamond in the Sky. Here is Press Conference now set a light on the outside. Rocket Lily with that lead. Press Conference coming with a scorching late kick, and Press Conference gets up in time to beat Rocket Lily. Diamond in the Sky, Chinese Music, Nakamura is fifth.
Rocket Lily's thrust wasn't enough, and she had to settle for second behind a fast-finishing Press Conference with apprentice Andrew Powell aboard. Third went to Diamond in the Sky, followed by Chinese Music and Nakamura. As we close out the highlights package for Saturday, August 14, leading rider Anthony Thomas uncorked a 4-timer aboard Mark of a Prince, Corazon Sin Miedo, Elitis and Eroy. There was also 2 wins apiece for jockey Robert Halladine and trainer Patrick Lynch, who unleashed a 1-2-3 finish in the second event. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.